Hi, this is Warwick from Cloud Lending, and we're going to have a look at fractionalization. Fractionalization is where we have investors and we link those investors to a loan. So this is just the home page, and we can see various information about the number of investors that we've had, the top investment orders. So these are the investors who have invested this amount into these loans. And we've got things like average return rate on the loan per bucket, month-wise investment, and investment loans per bucket. We can see here that 90 days plus there's some delinquent loans, and in fact there's $9,950 worth of those delinquent loans, whereas active and current we've got 13,000 that are active and doing the right thing. Now let's go and assign an investor to a loan. So we're currently in the fractionalization tab. We can assign an investor to a loan here, or we can go to the accounts and select an investor from there. Let's just go to accounts, and here we have investor 1. So we'll select investor 1, and we're going to assign investor 1 to a loan. Having a look at investor 1, we can see that there's available funds of 10,000, and currently their total investment is 22,900. So they have already invested nearly $23,000 in loans. And if we scroll down, we can have a look at just a snapshot of the couple of loans that they've got and the amounts that they've invested. At the moment, they haven't had any principal or interest or fees paid, so we're just looking at the investment amount. We can go up and have a look at the investment orders by clicking on the tab here. And we can see the loans that they have and the principal remaining on that loan, any interest accrued, and the currency. We can also have a look at the transactions by clicking on the transaction tab. Within the transaction tab, we can see the transactions, the loans, the transaction date, and so forth. We also can see a button here which can release the payments to the investors. We can automate this, or this can be manually done. The final tab is the tab to add funds. By clicking on this, we can add funds to the investor so they can invest in more loans. We can add more funds, and let's add 7,000. At the moment, there's a total of 10,000 available, and we want to add these funds by clicking the Add Fund button. We can now see that the available funds have gone from 10,000 up to 17,000, so we've added that additional $7,000. Now let's move back to the fractionalization tab, and we'll assign an investor to a loan. Clicking on the action here, and we need to select the loan. Let's use loan 3109. We can see that it's giving us a warning that the total ownership is not yet 100%. What this means is that the loan is not fully funded. It's been approved, but it has not been dispersed yet. The principal amount is 10,000 and the interest rate is 7%. So it's a high quality loan, and investor 1 would like to invest in this. So we need to select investor 1. And we need to decide how much are we going to invest. Let's invest, say, 5,000, which is 50% of that 10,000. The certificate rate is the interest that the investor is going to earn. The interest rate for the borrower is 7%. I've marked the certificate rate as 7%. That means that this investor is going to earn all of the interest paid by the borrower, less the service rate amount. The service rate is what you as the P2P organization earn from each of these investments. So let's make this 2%. This means that the 7% that the investor earns whatever dollar amount that is, you will earn 2% of that dollar amount. And we'll check that this is a valid order by clicking on the validate button. The orders are fine, and we just need to save this. Success. We've added this investor to the loan, but the loan is still not 100%. Let's go and select another investor to this loan, and we'll complete the loan and disperse the loan. Assign an investor to a loan. We're going to use the same loan, which is 3109. And we're going to select the account. And let's have a look at the other investors. There's Test Investor 1. Let's go for Test Investor 1. We're going to invest 5,000. Certificate rate is 7%. With this, let's make the service rate 3%. We've been able to negotiate a better payment for the P2P, and we're going to take 3%. And this investor wants to reinvest the principal and reinvest the interest. Let's validate this. Okay, so everything is fine, and we'll save it. Now if we go over to loan 3109, we can see that the loan is approved, but we need to disperse this loan. To do that, we go to the Funding tab, New Loan Dispersal Transaction, select the mode of payment, ACH, and we'll save this. This now opens the Loan Dispersal Transaction page, and on this page we can see that there has been the dispersal, the mode of payment has been ACH, and we can see that the loan has been cleared. You'll also note that there is the ability to create a new dispersal transaction reversal, and if required, you can connect this to an approval process engine. But now let's go and have a look at the loan and see how the status has changed. And if we look over here, the status is active and good standing. Today's payoff is $10,000. It's $10,000 because there's been no interest created yet because the loan has only been dispersed today. So there's no interest due. The account is current, so there's no amount to bring this up to current because it already is current. There hasn't been any oldest unpaid due dates, and there's a payment that's due next for $844.32. I'll now just go through and show you the different tabs. So we've already looked at the Funding tab. That was where we dispersed the loan, and you can now see that there is a transaction ID for that. You have the ability to create new charges. There already are fees and charges connected to the loan, but you can, on the fly, create additional charges. We can have a look at the repayment schedule, and we can see here that the principal, interest, and the total installment, and how the balance will move down to zero. Going back to the loan, just click on the loan number there. We can have a look at payment, any transactions in payments, so we can make a new payment or we can create a loan payment. By clicking on the loan payoff button, it will automatically calculate what is required to pay that loan off today. In this example, it's just the $10,000. So we'll cancel that and we'll just move back through the other tabs. We can look at any other transactions that were created, and we can see that there was a payoff quote generation transaction. Nothing was done with this, but the system has a complete audit trail, and it will show even when people look at various parts of this program. bills, there's no record of any bills there. We can create notes and attachments. We can see here that there was a test note, and if I open this test note up, it was created, the title being test note, the body is just saying this is a test note, it was created by Snehal on this date at this time, again showing the complete audit trail. The notes and attachments can be made at here the loan level, or it can be created at the client level, or both. We also have the ability to create collateral, so we can create new loan collateral. We can amortize balances, and we can look at investors. We also have a loan quick menu, and on this we can look at payment transactions. So the things that are still on the tabs and buttons, but this is another way to do it. Loan payoff, new loan payoff transaction. We can have a look at repayment schedule, with that the additional repayments or an extension. We can again view the amortization schedule, and we can create a PDF and print that off. We can regenerate another schedule. In loan actions, we can create a one-time ACH, recurring ACH, payment plans. We can change the tolerance. We can adjust the principal. We can make refunds, reschedule, waive interest, change the due date, and we can stop or cancel an ACH. And of course, account statements. We can create a transaction summary. We can create a new payoff quote, and we can download account statements, and then of course they can be sent to the client. So that gives us an overview of investors with P2P, a loan transaction, and how this works. Thanks for your attention. Bye for now.